Welcome, everybody. We've had a little bit of a break. This is, in fact, the Star Wars Resistance Episode 12.
What?
Bibo, Scruffy Looking Nerf Herder, whatever. We're doing the review of this really, well, I guess there wasn't that many really bads, but it was definitely not good. The build-up just...
I felt like we were lied to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, especially... in our last review, we were discussing, or I can't remember if it was the last review or the last episode that we actually talked about this proper. But you were speaking of this episode, and that's what we were teased in the beginning of, before anything even started, was this massive Leviathan of the deep coming and fucking shit up.
Yep. Didn't actually do a goddamn thing.
No, that's not true. It sort of
smacked things around.
Panel. Well, it kind of
panel.
Yeah, it kind of messed one up.
It's true.
I mean, it was really inconvenient. The pirate lady had to open the panel and move 3 wires around.
Oh my gosh. All right, so let's do a quick rundown of the episode. This is the episode Bibo. Niku Vozu, which is the most annoying member of the Fireball team in my personal opinion.
Pointless.
What's that?
He's pointless.
Yeah.
Just say it.
He's just a super annoying piece of trash character that is center stage in this, in that he loves obscure, weird creatures, apparently. Like, among his species, he is like this genius Nerf Herder and techno wizard. I don't understand it, but apparently it's a fact. So he becomes infatuated with this baby Rachna, which is the deep sea creature's species name, that is brought back with a salvage mission from Sonara. You all remember Sonara. She was the result of a raid on a salvage mission gone wrong, and the only good episode of this entire series so far.
Yeah, I actually I used the what was it, stress call from Sector 6 as a palate cleanser. My wife was unfortunate enough to sit down and watch this episode with me, and she's like, "Why do you keep trying?"
We are abused spouses at this point.
Yeah,
like that episode or second half of the season teaser we watched was the equivalent of the spouse saying, no, I love you. I promise I will never hit you again. And we're just like, we believe you.
Yeah, it is sort of an abusive relationship. Not overtly abusive. Like, Disney doesn't hit us. They just, make us feel not so pretty sometimes. So we don't go anywhere else.
Oh, you're going to wear that dress out, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we weren't going to dress up then. That's fine. Okay. So Niku falls in love with this little creature and carries him everywhere. The creature ends up being a mad nuisance to everyone, eating literally anything from mechanical parts to living entities or whatever it can get its tiny little sucker lips on. While Kazuda is going out with Sonara to find some more parts for a Z95 Headhunter, which the mere mention of it, I believe, was the highlight for me of this episode. I just thought that was really kind of cool little callback.
Well, and they were talking about the 96, not just the 95.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was pretty cool.
So for those of us who love old school Star Wars stuff, that was a nice little callback. Quickly ruined by the characters, the plot, the acting.
Was there a plot, though?
No, there literally wasn't. The whole setup was Sonara's trying to find a part for Team Fireball, ends up finding this little baby instead of the part, and that
I feel like you're missing the only actual story in this, though.
Okay.
Was when Sonara is, I forget the dude's name, but the main pirate dude.
Right.
When they're discussing, her rescuers, and, they know that Kaz is resistance, and she starts to call him on it, and then that's when the Leviathan shows up.
I feel like that was very B-plot.
It was, but it was the only exciting part. Like, it's like, ooh, she's gonna call him on his shit, and then no.
Which also sort of flies in the face of her own character trajectory thus far. Like, she started with that, I'm a pirate and I'm going to sell these people out, until she was rescued. And then it alluded to her kind of turning over a new leaf. And now we realize that whole episode meant literally nothing, and she didn't actually turn over a new leaf, and she's still working for the pirates.
Yep.
So what was the point of that episode? That literally reneges on everything that episode had to offer. Okay.
I don't know, because he was telling her, or was complaining about the fact that she doesn't stay in contact with him as much. Right. So maybe she's not so much playing the double agent as pretending to herself that she's playing the double agent.
Right.
Or it's just a huge plot hole that nobody really thought about. Or
I got to be honest with you. Either way, I don't care. Like I'm not invested in that character at all. Like there's that whole B plot is just like why are the pirates even involved at this point? Their sole reason for being involved was so that they could be a reason the First Order needed to come in and take control. We already know that the First Order has signed on to come in and take control. There is no reason for the pirate to continue to try to uncover anything.
Yeah. Yeah, because the thing is that it's not like they're even raiding the place. All they're doing is doing flybys to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
They don't stop. They don't take anything. Even when they are on the Colossus, all they do is run around and shoot at each other. Like there's no good reason for them to.
Here's what this is doing. When we were kids growing up, outlaws were scary. Whether it was biker gangs running drugs and killing motherfuckers, or it was pirates stealing your shit, sinking your ship, stealing your women and treasure, and killing motherfuckers, or cowboy, black-hatted cowboys shooting you down, taking your girl and taking your horse. Yeah. Bad characters. There was a reason. They were feared. In this particular case, we're teaching kids that pirates are just stupid characters that aren't really to be feared at all.
Yeah, but I think Disney did that with the whole Pirates of the Caribbean thing anyways. Like, pirates are pretty watered down at this point.
All right, that's fair. Okay.
But not acceptable.
I blame you, Jack Sparrow, for all of this.
Bastard.
You son of a bitch. All right, so the plot is that this massive sea creature, the Rachna, comes to reclaim its child. The aces are dispersed to attack this thing, which, of course, their attacks do nothing. Even missiles don't really do anything, but none of them are really harmed in the process, so, it's all okay. And the Niku realizes that Bibo is just the infant form of the massive Rachna, and so it returns it to its mother, who is incredibly generous with her time and tender with reclaiming her baby.
Yeah. I mean, as one is wont to do.
I mean, it just makes perfect sense. This entire episode was a waste of potential. Yeah. There was no genuine threat any real time to anyone.
No.
This is like a recurring theme that I shouldn't be bothered by, and yet here I am genuinely bothered.
Well, okay. I think if there hadn't been a mid-season break, and there hadn't been the second half of the season trailer that we got, like that nice 3-minute trailer with all the action and shit, I don't think this episode would have bothered us as much. I guess I can't really speak for you. I'm speaking for myself, of course, but I don't think it would have bothered me as much, because with that trailer, they promised story, they promised action, they promised consequences. And this was, I could not, if I sat down and there wasn't a number on the episodes and I looked at the list, I couldn't tell you which episode was in, what the order was.
Right.
There's very little continuity. There's very little story. It's just, it's shit.
Yeah. Well, every motivation is the basis of motivation. There's no long-term anything anymore. Kaz already figured out what he was meant to figure out. So this is a filler episode in every definition of the word. The pirates already know what the pirates need to know. There was no actual discovery, so there was no point in even having the episode. The only story that had any consequence was this parent creature coming after its child creature, which is so trite and so overdone so many different times. what's the real intention behind it other than a filler episode? Like there's just
pretty much.
In which case, I just wish people would stop doing filler. Whether it's Marvel with their Netflix series, you know, cut 2 episodes out and just let it all kick ass.
Yeah.
Like, I just wish people would learn that we don't need filler. Just give us the good stuff. We're going to be okay if it's a little shorter in the long term because we're going to be so passionate about it. But this, I feel like we're going to get 1 or 2 episodes out of this entire season that we're going to like.
I'm really hoping for 2 more. I'm not holding my breath on it. Like there has to be at least 1 more good episode. Like if all we have is the signal from Sector 6, that's going to be really disappointing.
Like the destruction of Hosnian Prime, where it shows them like sneak peeking Hux's final speech. That has to be like a deep dark, and that's probably the season finale, right?
That would be my guess, to be honest. With how they are with this show, like I don't imagine that they're just going to be, you know, episode 15. Let's do a really fucking dark episode. Because the problem with that story arc or that part of the story, if they make it a funny episode, they're doing disjustice to the story thus far. I mean, this story is garbage, period. But that moment in The Force Awakens was so powerful. I mean, it was derivative as fuck, of course, but it was a powerful, powerful moment.
It's the only thing that allowed the First Order to have any sort of danger.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they had the entire galaxy against them and they just destroyed the entire New Republic. So yeah, that, to your point, that is the moment that made them an actual threat.
Yeah, instead of just some kids, you know, in the other yard going, man, I'm going to do something someday.
Yeah, you cross this line, I dare you. I dare you.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking shit.
Yeah, so I'm sure that'll end up being the season finale because, I mean, that's the way it goes. Like, they always end on a low note and leave us wanting more. But, I mean...
Do you know how many episodes are left?
Well, I mean, I would imagine since episode 11 was the midpoint, I would guess it's a 22 or 22 episode season.
Do that many.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's not.
I feel like I could do like 5 more and not totally hate myself. But if it's fucking 10 more,
if they at least give us some good episodes, then I'll be okay. Like at least 1 or 2 in between the trash episodes. I'll be all right. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. We need
a palate cleanser at some point. Like it's been too long since Sector 6. We need something to cool us off.
Well, if you do like me and you watch it on Amazon Prime, Samurai Pizza Cats is up now.
Oh, nice. I don't know what that is.
It's pretty rocking. It's exactly what it promises. It's about samurai pizza cats.
Okay.
That was my palate cleanser after the signal in Sector 9. Sector 6. God damn, that was a bitch to say.
There's sectors and signals, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you looking forward to in the series so far after seeing this episode?
It being over. Like, really, this was the episode they should have given us something like this. And I was trying to look at it from a different perspective because, of course, like I can't go into it thinking it's going to be just, a godsend. But yeah, this was just like every other fucking episode. There was no substance to it. It was like popcorn without butter and salt. It was there. Yeah. It's something.
You know what? I can solve this episode with two reveals that would have actually made the episode of consequence and meaning. So for our A plot, one of those aces could have fucking died.
Yes.
And for our B plot, Kaz could have slipped just the name. Oh shit, what's his name now? I can't remember.
Poe?
Poe, yeah. Just say Poe Poe. Not even Poe Dameron, just who? Poe? I mean, that would have been enough for B-plot to have substance and meaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if there was a consequence to a gigantic, enormous sea creature that all sea and air life flees from, and yet no damage happens to the actual Colossus itself upon attack. Yeah. Like, come on.
Well, can I bitch about one more thing before we just, go on with our miserable night because of the fucking show?
Yeah.
This is admittedly a deep sea creature.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck is the baby breathing air?
It's Star Wars, man. There's no biology.
I know, but god damn, that was so awful. The whole time I'm like, why is it making sounds? Why is it breathing?
It would be having the bends.
Having an issue. Exactly.
It would have so many air bubbles in its blood, it would be dead. It would explode.
Well, I mean, that's assuming that their oxygen's the same as here, because the reason why that happens is because of the nitrogen in our oxygen.
Fix your glasses, dude. God
I
damn.
am. Fucking pushing them up while I'm talking about this. But yeah, that was one of my bitch fits.
Mm-hmm. All right.
For no reason.
Yeah.
But it made me mad.
Well, in that, as much as I love talking to you, I don't mind sitting through them. They're great. But we're going to have to end this shit show now.
Yeah. I can't talk anymore about this.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Of course, these are brought to you by the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders on store shelves everywhere at all of your home centers. So pick yourself up a copy today. I don't know what that means. I was going to say something about putty, but it just fell apart at the end.
Whatever, it worked. I bought it.
All right.
I'll take two.
So we can talk to you guys about Star Wars and Bibos and Nikus in the future. May the Force be with you.
Deuces.
Princess Moon. Princess Moon.